Long ago, there were giant fish that naturally occurred in the French Broad River, called muscalunge, or muskie for short. Between the 1930s and 50s, the river was heavily polluted, and as a result, the muskie were thought to have completely disappeared from the region. Thankfully today, the river is much cleaner, and the muskie has returned thanks to the stocking efforts by the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. The commission has to stock the muskie each year because they are not successfully reproducing on their own. We think that their inability to reproduce has to do with the way the river and surrounding floodplains have changed over the years. Hundreds of years ago, the river used to flood over the land and flow into pools and wetlands. Old river channels and backwater areas used to exist off of the main channel. Muskie would use these areas of shallow, slow-moving water called sloughs to rest and spawn. These areas were just extremely important for their survival. But today, most of the land along the river has been altered. It's been bermed, drained, and ditched to accommodate agriculture and development. The slough habitat that is so important for the muskie and many other aquatic species is almost non-existent. But we are working to bring back some of that lost habitat. Conserving Carolina has been working with many partners to restore the natural floodplain on a 100-acre property at the mouth of Mud Creek in Fletcher. This summer, we completed construction of 3 backwater sloughs and several wetland features. We broke berms along the river that prevented it from overflowing its banks. We also planted thousands of plants, trees, and shrubs to reforest the wetlands, floodplains, and riverbanks. We also created essential pollinator habitat. We're really excited about the potential, not just to bring back the muskie, but to support all kinds of plant and animal species. You see, we believe that by focusing our restoration on the natural ecological processes that used to exist, like reconnecting the river to its floodplain, then we will in turn have a project that will support all of the native plants and animals that depend on that natural process. Since the restoration, we have seen more animals occupying and using the land. We have seen many species of fish, toads, salamanders, turtles, crayfish, birds like waterfowl, owls, songbirds, insects, bees and butterflies, and also many mammals like bats, coyotes, bear, fox, deer, and otters, just to name a few. Apparently, if you build it, they really will come. Mud Creek is a place for people too. There's already a river access point and paddle trail campsite, and we're planning to have walking trails and a connection to the Okawaha Greenway in the future. As you know, we've been seeing some heavy rain and floods in recent years. With climate change, weather events are likely to get more intense and frequent. But restoring natural floodplains as we have can go a long way to mitigate and adapt to the effects that we are seeing from climate change. By revegetating the site and creating and enhancing wetlands, we are doing our part to sequester or trap carbon dioxide. By reconnecting the river to its floodplain, we are giving floodwaters a place to go during those large rain events. Rather than rushing downstream to flood other developed areas, the water can slowly percolate into the ground. At Mud Creek, we're leaving the land better than we found it. We are restoring something that was lost, and we're already seeing such amazing results. It's such a promising model that we're doing this at more sites along the French Broad and its tributaries. We recently completed a wetland restoration at Carolina Memorial Sanctuary in Mills River. We've restored a section of the East Fork of the French Broad in Transylvania County, and we're planning even more floodplain restorations at Pleasant Grove in Etowah, the new French Broad River Park in Brevard, and at a site we are working to acquire in Mills River. So thank you all so much for helping us with all of these projects and to bring back the French Broad River.